So the month is halfway over, and here is the statistics of the Denver real estate market. And I'm gonna go through what's happened in previous months and let you know what's going on in the Denver real estate market. So if you're a buyer or seller, you are in the right channel because I want you to hear everything that's happening in the Denver metro market. And lots of things have changed. So much things going around the world. Instead, we got war, we got high gas prices, rates are starting to go up again. But if you're a buyer, seller, it's very important to listen to this. If you know who I am, my name is Depot Phillips. I'm your Denver real estate agent, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to just educate you about the Denver market. Before you leave, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel because I want to post weekly videos to educate you what's happening in the Denver real estate market, new construction, and fun things to do. So here's a snapshot of what happened from the previous month. So median price for homes is $615,000. The thing that I want you to circle and look is active listings. 13,400 active listings. They have never seen this high of active listings was happening in the Denver real estate market. The reason is that people are just like want to cash out from bought the home during the pandemic, or people have lost jobs because of AI, or it's just like inflation. So that's high. Days of market, about 2 months, the average days of market. That's the reason, because it's going up and down. It was 45 days, now 60 days, it's up and down. Supply, 3.2 months. So, which means that, it's still more of a seller's market. But, I feel like what's happening right now, buyers do have an upper edge because of the amount of inventory, like having double digits, like 10,000 plus more of active listings is more choice for buyers to look at what's happening in the market. So inventory, more choices, more power. So inventory levels have climbed significantly compared to 12, 18 months ago because things are shifting. There's so many things that's happening. These are the reason why buyers have more breathing room. There's more homes in the market means less panic, fewer bidding wars, more time for intentional informed decisions for what's happening in 2022. Overpriced homes are stalling. So if sellers, what they're trying to do is they're trying to cash out of homes that they bought during the pandemic because they're overpriced for home and now they want to sell, but sometimes they haven't broke that even point, because when you overpay for a home and you try to sell in today's market, the home might not cost what you bought during the pandemic. So home prices whatever the home prices are going around the market, or the price what the home is. And with the amount of inventory so high right now, buyers have more opportunities to look at home. So homes are sitting in 60, 70, 80 days. So if you're a buyer, great time to negotiate because sellers are very motivated and there's so many, and seller concessions are high. And if your home is priced right, it will move fast. But if it's not priced right, it's going to sit on the market a lot longer. So interest rates are a real story. Remember in 2023, rates were 8%. People are like, what's going on? But rates for 3% during the pandemic, sorry, just let you know the era is over. The reason that happened because everything was shut down, stocks were falling, banks didn't know what to do. They dropped rates and people were just going crazy. There were like, for new construction, I remember during that time, there was a waiting list. And people were like waiting on a list because everything, and buyers were flooding the market. So like, it just was a crazy time because I remember having a listing, and by the time you take photos, everything within the weekend, you have like 60, 70 offers. People were just bidding. Then people were waiting to buy homes for new construction because, well, if they can't get homes in resale value, there was a new construction route and there was a list. But now everything has changed. So buyers right now have, they have the power. And I always tell buyers is that if you buy something today, you can always refinance in the future when the rates go down. You don't want to be that buyer that you're waiting for that perfect rate. Then what happens is that you will wait and you're overpaying for a home, like what happened during the pandemic. So it's very, very important. So you have new construction builders out there like Lennar, Richmond, American, Meritage, are offering rate buy downs. And I have a YouTube channel of all the new construction homes I tour, some stuff on the channel too for education. If you have any question about new construction, just comment new construction. and we can sit with a 15-minute call and talk about your goals and dreams. So more about buyers. As I said, buyers have negotiation power right now because of the amount of active listings that are in the market. Another route too is you can always explore new construction. I'm an expert in new construction, and the Lennar, Richmond, Tollborough, there's a lot of incentives that's going on right now in the market today because builders are just building, but also they're throwing a lot of free money for buyers to buy a home. Get pre-approved. Pre-approval is very important for buyers. As I said, for not wasting the agent's time, the seller's time, and your time, make sure you get pre-approved so you can know what you're approved for. Because you just can't look at a home, say that you're interested in this home, want to write an offer, but you haven't been pre-approved, and you don't qualify for the home. So pre-approval just gives you speed, it gives you leverage. And stop waiting for the perfect home, or the perfect market, because this exists. Right now rates are about 6.5-ish right now. And it is climbing because of the war, what's happening with high gas prices. But if you're a person able, willing to buy, or you're moving to Denver, relocating to Denver, you need to buy a home right now. Buy a home right now. And when rates do go down, you can refinance and put more money in your pocket. What it means for seller. Seller, as I said, it's very, very important that I always talk about in this first point. Price right in day one. You saw on the slide, there's over 12,000 plus homes active on today's market, and could be even more going through the summer. So you have to price your home accordingly. Because if you overprice, what's going to happen? You're going to play catch up. And I always tell sellers, think about eBay. When you see something that you want, they have bidding. So what they do is they have an item and they have it for a low price, and they put it, for example, $5. But that item could probably sell maybe for 15 or 20 bucks, if they start right. But they start low. Why? Because they have buyers buy it and bid. So the seller, if you could price below the market and you're able to do that, buyers would be like, why is this home priced? Is there something wrong with this house? Why is it priced so low? And what they do, they jump in and bid. So you never want to play catch up in the market, like price reduction. So it's very important to price your home in day one. Also, too, very important, stage homes sells a lot better than non-stage homes. Because if I was a buyer, or buyer walks through your home, and if it's staged, they were like, all right, this is where my furniture needs to go. But if it's vacant, they can't imagine, because I guess they're walking through the home. Because usually they walk through the home. So, for example, like new construction, you have those model homes, and it's to the T, like best finishes, everything. But those model homes are staged because when a buyer buys something similar like that new construction home, they know where the furniture will go. So stage home sells much better than unstaged homes. Also, please make sure you get professional photos. I see a lot of listings online right now, and I feel like agents are cutting corner for professional photos. And make sure you declare your home. Make sure it's good. Like I always tell sellers, you probably seen those magazines. If you look through all the beautiful homes, you're like, oh my God, this home is so beautiful. I would love to buy a home. Like, yes, it's luxury homes, but also you want to envision your home like a luxury home. Like you want to take care of, and walk in a buyer's shoe. Like if a buyer's walking to your home, what are things that's going to be a wow factor? So make sure that you have professional photos, and make sure you declutter and execute with strategy. Come with a game plan, and do this very correctly. Like just don't rush. Like for example, maybe this might be a good time for you to sell. You can sell, or maybe the numbers don't work and you do want to sell, or you do want to move. Maybe renting might be the best option for you for now. Then you might want to sell in the future. So come with a game plan to make sure so you don't waste time. New construction spotlight. Here's the 3 communities that are overlooked by many buyers. Builders are motivated. You have Littleton. Littleton is an active community with family-friendly neighborhoods, quick mounted access, strong school districts. Builders are offering minimum closing costs. You have Thornton, one of the fast-growing corridors in North Metro with competitive prices and builder incentives. You have Central Park, urban living with master plan feel, a top choice of relocation buyers who want walkability community amenities. So these are the 3 places that gets overlooked that people don't know about. If you're relocating to Denver and new construction in your top list, if you're a first-time home buyer and you don't like the resale homes because home prices are a lot higher, just leave a comment below new construction at the bottom of this video, and we can set up a call to see what new construction community would be right for you. So why Denver still makes sense. So if you're a person who likes diverse, growing economy because they have tech, aerospace, healthcare, Denver might be the place. If you're a person who loves nice weather, over 300 days of sunshine, you have world-class skiing, hiking, lots and lots of trails, and a lot of people are, moving out there because of the lifestyle. And also, too, continued migration. Like buyers relocating from Chicago, California, Texas, and lots of Midwest because they come into Denver and see like, wow, like this is amazing, and it's laid back, and it's a growing city. Because if you drive around the Denver metro area, there is new construction everywhere. Like it's kind of like the new construction boom. Like they're building everywhere. So if you're a person likes new, like a growing city, this might be the right place for you. And solid long-term fundamentals. Like Denver real estate has decades of long track record of appreciation. Like homes are appreciating. Like I moved out here in 2019. And I remember the average price of home was about $400,000. Now the average price of home is about like $650, in the Denver area, and home prices are appreciated. So me being here for almost 7 years is like, wow, like $250,000 of appreciation. Yes, factors could be like the pandemic, whatever, but it's growing, like it's increasing. And in the future, it's going to even get more. I know they're saying like 2030, the average price of home in Denver might be $1 million. So right now we're at 650. So if you like something that you can sit down and appreciate, and you're gonna be here for a long time, it's a good market to buy a home. So my key wins, sorry about this, misspelled, of my takeaways for 2026. So what I see in this market is that, you want to be prepared. Like you want to understand what's going on. And the opportunity right now for buyers, sellers are right here. It said buyers, lots of inventory, sellers offer incentives. Sellers, yes, inventory is high, and probably every person on the block is selling a home. But as I said, if you price, number one, priced right. Number two, stage and get, professional photos. And number three, if you have a game plan. If you do all three of that, it should be no reason why your home is going to take. And also, it's going to probably take about 60 days for your home to enter contract. But you have to be patient because, buyers are not moving as fast because they have a lot of options and inventory is so high. But if you price your home correctly and follow those 3 steps, you will get your home sold. And what you need to do to for the whole buy side, what you need to succeed, you have to get a clear picture or position your goals. If you're a buyer seller, like what's your financial, like this, if you're a seller, does financial make sense for you and your family? So say at home, you might have to rent it. Buyers, like know your financial, make sure you get pre-approved. Very, very important. Get pre-approved, know what you qualify for, know what's out there, know if you want, new or a resale home. Also, you want to work with a local who knows the expert, like what's going on in the market. Like my job as a real estate agent is make sure what's going on in the market, because I said my niche is new construction. I help relocation buyers who moved out here. And also, but I want to know what's going on in resale new construction. Because let's say, for example, we go see a resale home and you qualify for this, but I take you to, what's it called? A new construction community, and you qualify a lot more because all the incentives you go on. So make sure you, work with someone who knows both. Because I know lots of people or agents that just focus on resale and they know nothing about new construction. And what makes me very versatile is that I know what's happening in the resale market. I know what's going on in new construction. But if you want to know more what's happening in Denver, just comment down low. My information is at the bottom of this email. Shoot me a text or email, and I'd be glad to sit down with you. And also, the confidence to act when the right opportunity arrives. Like when the opportunity comes as a buyer and this is a good deal, Jupiter. Also seller, like if you need to sell or you need to like relocate, maybe try that eBay approach. I say, price low and have buyers bid, because as you sell, you don't have to accept every offer. But at the end of the day, you just don't want to have your home price so high and getting no showings, no offers. Because I always say, to sellers, if you don't have no showings or offers in the first 2 weeks or activity, your home is priced too high. So let's build your Denver's game plan. So buying in Denver, let's come with a buying strategy, target neighborhoods, if resale, new construction is your approach, selling your home, let's do a comparative market analysis, see pricing strategy. Let's see what makes sense in today's market so your home does not sit and expire. And if you're relocating in Denver and plan to move from another state, as I said, I'll walk you through neighbors, new construction, everything you need to do. As I said, thank you for watching my monthly market report. I know we're halfway over in May. I like to do something towards the middle of the month so you can understand what's going on. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Before you leave, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you know anyone who will benefit this video, if they're moving, relocating, or someone who's unsure of the market, send them this video, share it with them. The more shares, the more likes, the more content I do like this. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.